Hey guys, what's up? So we are obviously going to be doing an Animal Crossing game ranking today. I have had a lot of experience with every single game listed right below me, so I think that gives me, the ability to rank all of these fairly enough. So we're just gonna start right off. Just want to give a little heads up. I've been a big Animal Crossing fan for a very long time. I don't think I've made a single video on it, but back when my aunt first gave me her old GameCube, Animal Crossing on the GameCube was one of the first games that came with it. I may have been like 5 to 6 years old, maybe 4. So yeah, Animal Crossing GameCube was one of the first games that I've ever played, so it holds a lot of nostalgia for me. Jumping right into it, I think a lot of people already know which Animal Crossing game is going to be the worst. Obviously, it's New Leaf. No, it's not obviously New Leaf. It's going to be Amiibo Festival. And what I don't like about this game, well, what do a lot of people dislike about this game? Well, it's not the Animal Crossing people were expecting on the Wii U. They did a very different approach for this game. Approach that not a lot of people liked at all. I wasn't too, I was just kind of like, okay, whatever with it. I get why a lot of people would be upset about it, but I thought it was okay. It's just a fine party game. I mean, there's no well, there are mini games, but they're not inside the actual board, which kind of sucks. I think if they added mini games, this would have been better, in my opinion. This may have been like 7 for 6, but honestly, it's just an 8th place game for me. I played it with my grandma. I'm not even lying when I say that. I played it with my grandma. She knew how to play, I taught her. So, this is one of the only games we actually play together. So, this is my 8th place ranking. We're down to 7 games left, obviously, by the way. Just letting you know, obviously I'm using my top camera for me. This is the better of the 2 webcams, and then this is one of my older webcams using for the lower screen. And obviously Pocket Camp is just a white little sheet because it is a phone game, but I have played it, so that's actually what's going to be 7th place. Pocket Camp is going to be 7th place. This is an Animal Crossing that I didn't put too much time into. What can I remember from it? I mean, it was a free mobile game, so with that comes a lot of microtransactions, kind of like, Mario Kart Tour did. I think Animal Crossing Pocket Camp was a little better about it. I can't say much though, because they did have a membership thing and everything. I think if the game actually costed money from the start instead of making you do microtransactions, it would have been a little bit better in my opinion, but it is what it is. Obviously, there has to be some sort of microtransaction game with every franchise nowadays. So I guess Pocket Camp makes sense to exist. It's fine. It's just a fine Animal Crossing game. Honestly, nothing too special. 7th place. Down to 6 games. 6th place is also going to go to the last spin-off game, my favorite spin-off game. It's going to be Happy Home Designer. Now, there isn't really a point in playing this anymore when you have New Horizons. The DLC is pretty much Happy Home Designer 2.0, so there isn't much of a point in playing this anymore. At the time before though, I thought it was honestly pretty fun. I put a lot of hours into this game. I did have to rebuy it at one point, which kind of sucked. So bye all my progress, obviously. But it is a pretty fun game in my opinion. I had quite a bit of fun building and decorating houses. Well, not building houses, more so decorating. I did quite a few villager houses. Like, I definitely put a lot of time into this. Even though it's number 6, it's still like it's my favorite Animal Crossing spin-off game. So we'll leave it at that. Now, down to the mainline games. Yes, the mainline games are where, Animal Crossing shines. Wow, who would have known? So, I apologize, by the way, my mousepad is a bit dusty. 5th place, the worst mainline Animal Crossing game, and I know I'm probably gonna have someone, at least a few people in my comments saying that, oh, you're wrong. But this is my personal taking. It's gonna be the most recent Animal Crossing game that I got, which was Wild World. I still think this is a great game, don't get me wrong. I think for what they could do, for what they could put into this tiny little game cartridge, I think they did really good. Like, obviously, graphics couldn't shine too much, but I still think it was a pretty fun little Animal Crossing game. I think it definitely had the weakest amount of content. It had the least amount of content out of Animal Crossing games. Um, it got rid of a lot of the things that the GameCube had, which included, I think, a lot of the events. Obviously, you can't have as many villagers. There's only like one. Your town was smaller. Your town was way smaller. Um, there are still things that make this game unique. Obviously, I don't think I played enough to get far into that. This is probably one of the Animal Crossing games I didn't spend as much time in, just because I got it only like a year ago. But I don't know. It's probably the weakest for me, but it's not bad. None of these Animal Crossing games are bad. Well, maybe besides number 8. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Wild World. Now, if we're going into 4th place, let me do it this way. If we're going 4th place, it's gonna have to be City Folk for me. I think City Folk was honestly just Wild World Deluxe. That's how I see this game. Yeah, that's how I see Wild World, or City Folk. It's just Wild World Deluxe. I know, interesting way to put that. But this is the Animal Crossing game I definitely spent the least amount of time in. I did not spend much time in this game at all. Maybe like, I don't even know. I only spent like a couple weeks on this game and then I just gave up. I just lost interest in it. I thought it was one that I thought when I was younger, when I saw this game, like, being shown on YouTube and stuff, I thought it was one that I was going to have a lot of, enjoyment with, considering I thought the city was going to be, like, something super incredible, like, oh my god, so this open world kind of stuff. I was obviously super little at the time, and no, the city kind of sucked, and that was supposed to be the main point of this game, was the city. There wasn't much to do in the city. I mean, there was a few new things, sure, but not much. Honestly, it's just Wild World, but a little bit better. That's how I see this game. People are obviously going to disagree. Some people might say Wild World is 1st place. That's okay. Just don't hate me too much, okay? But yeah, where are we at? 4th place. That was 4th place, guys. Down to the last 3. 3rd place is going to go to Animal Crossing GameCube. What can I say? Jeez, you could have 15 starting villagers, I think. Not starting villagers. You could have 15 total villagers on your island in this game. It was kind of wild. There was a lot. Like, you had a massive island. Did I just say island? Massive town. Island we'll get to later. But massive town in this game. Obviously didn't have as much content because it was the first Animal Crossing. But I still have a lot of memories with this game. One in particular was whenever I first started playing, I didn't know how to save. So every time I would reload, every time I want to play this game, I would just loop over and over. It was like Groundhog Day for me. So yeah, that's just one of the funny memories I had with the GameCube Animal Crossing. But I think I did the Game Boy features a little bit. Yeah, you get to travel to an island. Wow, it predicted the future of New Horizons. Oh yeah, you got the NES games. You could play NES games on this, which was also pretty fun. So, Animal Crossing GameCube, I think it's a great game. Number 2, probably my top 5 Switch games, is going to be New Horizons. So yeah, this is number 2 on the spot. Obviously, we'll get to New Leaf in a minute, but New Horizons... God, I am... sorry. New Horizons is definitely one of my favorite Switch games for sure. It looks graphically beautiful for the Switch. It looks awesome. It's so colorful. What makes this game not first for me is a lot of it was the crafting. The crafting and building your island. So I'm not the best builder in the world. You'll see some of my, bad Minecraft builds now and then. And just in general, I'm not great with decorating. A lot of people are, so I can see how this is some of people's favorite games. But I'm just not great when it comes to that stuff, and that's what this game heavily revolves around, is just building and crafting. They took a very different approach. You're not in a town this time. Your golden tools break, so there's no point in crafting golden tools anymore, guys. I also think New Horizons is when a lot of people started getting into Animal Crossing. Just when it was launching, you know, during COVID, people were finding games to play. This was one of them, and I don't think not nearly as many people knew about Animal Crossing before that. Um, you know, we had New Leaf. I mean, sure, there are still a lot of like great selling games for Animal Crossing, but I just think the series like really like went up in popularity after this game came out. So that's New Horizons. So yeah. And in first place, we have New Leaf. This is a lot of people's first places. I love this game to death. This is easily like one of my top 10 favorite video games of all time. I recently did start a new island, so rest in peace my old island. But I think I spent like did I spend like 2,000 hours in this game? I at least spent 1,000 hours in New Leaf. Like, I remember checking my playtime and seeing 1,000. So I I love this game to death, guys. This was my second Animal Crossing game, I think. I personally think that New Leaf just had the most amount of content, like, added to it from, you know, something like City Folk. The jump from New Leaf to New Horizons wasn't as insane in my opinion. I think it was a little bit of a downgrade, which is why I still play New Leaf today, even though online doesn't exist anymore, and all that stuff. I still play New Leaf, because I have great memories of it, and I still think it holds up as a really good game today. Um, I remember going to the Summer Island, whatever it was called, where you get to play a bunch of mini games. I did that with my aunt, who also had a 3DS at the time, and we would play the hell out of those games. The good old days. Anyways, that's my Animal Crossing game ranking. There are a few more that I would like to do, such as I don't have it with me. The Pikmin games. I would like to rank the Pikmin games at some point, as well as actually don't know. I'll have to think about that. But definitely the Pikmin games is one that I want to do in the future, because there's not that many of them, so it'll be easy to rank. Oh, the Zelda games on the 3DS. That's what I want to rank. That's what I want to rank next. But yeah. So stay tuned for probably another ranking coming soon, and just more general Sonic videos coming soon. I'll see you guys in the next one, whenever that will be. Goodbye! Hey, if you liked what you see, then consider checking out my Twitch. I'll leave a link in the description. Also consider joining my Discord. I may do a more in-depth ranking on Animal Crossing on my Twitch at a later date. I know this video is very short, but I may consider doing like an hour-long ranking or something if, you know, this video ends up doing well. So, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.